at the corner of Russell and Albina, just about a block from Mississippi Avenue. I'll take you to a house where they hang carpets on the wall, and if we go there on a Sunday, there's a song I'll take you through.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Open Mic America. I'm Rich Fassler, your MC for tonight's show, and I'll be joined tonight by Laura Bordowitz, our engineer, Stuart Campbell, our interviewing host, and our founder, Capo Dave Williams, hard at work behind the scenes. As you may know, our mission at Open Mic America is to support your local open mics. Without gimmicks and frills, this is the beating heart of American music. A tapestry of story and song that's been weaving us together for generations. Well, it's a real pleasure for me to introduce tonight's performers, representing exceptional talent from the East to the West and places in between. You can find links to their work on our website and on this YouTube video. Tonight's singer-songwriters include Mike Simpson from Saratoga, California, Joseph Isaacs from Columbia, Maryland, Marilyn Coffey from Huntsville, Alabama, Rigo Rodriguez from Amherst, Massachusetts, who normally performs with Rodman King, is feeling a little under the weather tonight. We wish him a speedy recovery. Kevin Thomas, Garnerville, New York, Madam Who from Pittsville, Maryland, Hallie Hammer and Randy Burge from Berkeley, California, Steve Andersen from Alameda, California, and Stephen Paul Medeiros from Madera, California. Big California turnout tonight. So let's get on with the show. Our first guest is no stranger to Open Mic America. He's a staff member and has appeared as a host and interviewer. Speaking about none other than Mike Simpson from Saratoga. You can catch him performing at the 321 in San Jose, Fine Vines Open Mic in Saratoga, South Bay folks, virtual open mics all over the place. So Mike, take it away.
All right. Thank you very much, Rich. I am going to spend a moment here to pop something up on the screen, and that didn't do what I wanted it to do. Hello, here we go. That's not what I was after. Okay. I'm sorry, my stuff is messing with me. One of my sheets has vanished, so I'm going to make it unvanish. This is, there's a couple of kinds of songs that we're encouraged to play here on Open Mic America, and one of them is the things that we've written ourselves, but the other is heritage songs, songs written before 1925, and this is one of those. Now, I must admit there are some slight modernizations in it, and a verse to commemorate the friend who originally turned me on to this tune, who is no longer with us, but she's well remembered at the open mics that I go to. I got high, Lord, I got in jail. Lord, I got high, I got in jail. I got high and I got in jail. Had no one for to go my bail. My sins have overtaken me. Hand me down my walking cane. Hand me down my walking cane. Hand me down my walking cane. I'm gonna leave on a morning train. My sins, they have overtaken me. the meat's so fat. Oh, the beans was tough and the meat so fat. Well, the beans, they was tough and the meat so fat. Oh, good God, I couldn't eat that. My sins have overtaken me. Well, come on, Mom, won't you go my bed? Lord, come on, Mom, go my bed. Come on, Mama, and go my bail. Get me out of this Nashville jail. My sins, they have overtaken me. Well, if I die in Tennessee, Lord, if I die in Tennessee, if I die in Tennessee, ship me back by COD. My sins done overtaken me. Well, if I die in my distress, Lord, if I die in my distress, should I die in my distress, send me back by UPS. My sins, they have overtaken me. So hand me down my old bottle of corn. Oh, hand me down my bottle of corn. Oh, hand me down my bottle of corn. Gonna get drunk just as sure as you're born. My sins have overtaken me. My friend Colleen, she's come and gone. My friend Colleen, one that taught me this song. My friend Colleen has come and gone. I'll see her again when I pass on. My sins have overtaken me. So hand me down my walking cane. Oh, hand me down my walking cane. Oh, hand me down my walking cane. I'm gonna leave on the morning train. My sins, they have overtaken me. My sins, they have overtaken me.
Ah, very cool. Cool tune.
Nicely done.
What trouble I can get myself into here. Ah, yes. Nothing like a cable to slow you down. All right. So this one's an original, and not terribly old. It's I don't know, might be a month old, something like that. River is running on by, carrying the day to the setting sun. The gold in the sky is for sale. Soon by the red it will be undone. And here now, walking up to me, the sun is gone. Evening star. That old moon is stirring up trouble again. Pale beams tangling up my heart. All day long I am fine, blue skies or wet and gray. Warm breeze or cold wind, my heart remains okay. But then as the shadows stir up the trunks of the trees, they start. That old moon is stirring up trouble again. Its pale beams tangling up my heart. I so rarely see you in the sunlight. You are there, and here am I. Me by the strand of the sea, and you up in your hills. Lives separated by circumstance, sharing only the same sky, until down in the gathering dusk you come as the moonlight spills. Evermore the river, ever it runs, sending the sunrise to the sunset. Blue goes to gray, goes to gold, goes to red, toward the dark now. And yet, here you are moving toward me in the shadows, no longer apart. That old moon is stirring up trouble again. That old moon is stirring up trouble again. That old moon is stirring up trouble again. Pale beams tangling up my heart.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Mike.
beautiful.
Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, very
Jazzy
nice.
and poetic and jazzy.
So, Mike, I am, you know the drill here. I am gonna send you over to Stuart, and we're gonna find out maybe a little bit
Yeah.
about those songs and a little bit more about you. So,
I can
Stuart, take it
ask-
over.
I can ask
Hi,
Stuart some
Mike.
questions. Hey, Stuart.
Hi. Why don't you spend this time teaching me those chords on that last song? That'd be nice. A lot of
Easily
those,
enough done.
yeah, they're jazz chords. I call them jazz chords, used in jazz a lot, but it's a beautiful, beautiful song.
I do teach that, so.
Good. Well, your first song, you called it a heritage song, and I have a friend who plays what he calls country blues, which is also kind of heritage music. Yeah. So what do you play a lot of those? What is it, pre-1950s?
25, yeah. That's part of the regimen here is that covers need to be older than that because of certain, shall we say, legal considerations. That song's from around 1880. But I like that stuff. It falls into the category of Delta blues, of course. But
Yep, Delta blues.
yeah.
What you didn't give a title, I think, to that one or the second one.
The second one is called Moon Trouble,
Cool.
And the first one is called "Hand Me Down My Walking Cane."
Okay, that sounds familiar. I know I've heard it before.
Hmm.
There's a line in there that says "I get high," and
I got high, yeah.
I
Mhm.
got high. Isn't it interesting how the music changes over the eons of
Oh
the
yeah, yeah.
decades?
It wobbles.
What do you think it meant back then? I mean, I get high. I just in that
Well, I
song.
mean, public inebriation is still illegal in most places if it's disruptive to good, social order. So, um, I think it's talking about that. It could be something else, but it's a little early to be most of the more severe things that we have that haunt our streets nowadays.
Yeah, yeah, no kidding. Yeah, I'm from the Portland, Vancouver area. I know what you're talking about.
Mm.
Your guitar work on that was beautiful as well. And then there's another line in there that the beans were too tough. The beans were tough. It sounds like on that early stuff that you're singing about life and you're singing about kind of hard life in a way in a lot of those songs. I know my friend Clancy who plays it. That's what we're hearing. Do you agree with that? I mean, a lot of
Oh
that.
yeah, certainly. Well, that guy got chalked up in jail, and it
Yeah,
sounds like it wasn't a terribly friendly place to be. Not that jails are a friendly place now, but it was probably more severe back then.
yeah. Well, you were an interviewer, so if anything comes up while we're talking, please ask me to ask
It's
you.
all you, all you.
We're good. So that second song, the original, you said you wrote it about a month ago or a couple months ago. Are you writing pretty regularly?
Fairly regularly, yeah.
Um,
That one came kind of pretty much whole as the musical background to a music video that I dreamt. So
oh, wow. Do you wanna say any more about that? You dreamt an entire
yeah,
music
I mean
video?
there was it was sort of it's obviously sort of a crib on the old legends that led to what was that movie? He's a wolf, she's a lady hawk. It's that kind of a
Okay.
thing. The idea is that they can't in the daylight they can't contact each other. They have to wait till the time between night and day, and like that to come in contact with one another.
Yeah. Sounded like a poem, and I'm hearing more prose in people's songs. More poetry to music. And I've always put poetry in a separate category, but I think what you did in that song is
No, well, thanks.
wonderful,
That's kind of the intent. So
beautiful. So you could sit up there at an open mic and read that as a poet might, and I think it'd be well received. Don't you agree?
I haven't done it in a live one, but there's one poetic open mic that I sometimes do that is you can text your stuff in, and then it gets read um, by the host. Reads
Okay.
what you texted, and I tried it out on there.
They do a
Just
good job
as
of it?
he had a little trouble. The scansion's a little tricky in it, but yeah.
Yeah. It sounds like you know a whole lot about music, Mike. You're kind of a whiz in some things. And how do you learn all of that? I mean, you understand about the
Well,
technical side
I
too.
guess my methodology was to start when I was about 5 and never stop. So, you know.
Wow.
Plus, I've been educated, at a university in music and that
Okay.
kind of stuff.
Do you
So,
have a degree in music?
yeah, it's a second major in a otherwise history degree. Yeah.
And what did you play when you were 5?
Mostly, I sat up on a porch with everybody who was picking, and I played
Yeah.
banjo. I played banjo because it's tuned to a G chord, and I could just do this and then
Yeah.
this and then this and
Oh,
then this and
cool.
play along with the song.
That's so great.
But mostly, I'm mostly a vocalist.
I don't know if you watched the interviews with Paul Simon.
Uh huh.
There's an amazing book, yeah, that's out. That the interviewer, what's the interviewer's name? I can't remember his name, but Paul Simon does say he grew up in a musical family from a very early age. He got a guitar when he was 12. Do you think that's how important is that to a songwriters?
Well, depending on how much weight we're giving to the term important, is it generally
Yeah,
speaking a big benefit? Yeah, I
yeah,
think
is it a
generally
big
speaking it's a
benefit?
big benefit. Look at the Wainwrights, and
Yeah,
Simon and people like that. But there are plenty of people who didn't grow up in musical families who are shall we say, statistical oddities among their family who are fine songwriters, and that, you know. So I don't think it's essential,
not a
but it doesn't hurt.
But it does help, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Mike. As always, I love your songs a million times over. I could hear you all night. So, but I'm gonna turn you back over to Rich, and we're gonna go on to the next performer.
Okay.
Thanks for the interview.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thanks, Stuart, and thank you, Mike. Our next performer is a musical friend of mine. I played on his open mic a few times. Joseph Isaacs from Columbia, Maryland. He runs a Zoom showcase called Music Matters Showcase. And it is on select Saturdays, typically starting 7:30 p.m. on the East Coast. And you can find, he's given me an address here, but I'll tell you what, if you go on Facebook and you just do a search for Music Matters Showcase, you'll be able to get more information on that. And if you're a performer, maybe perform on his open mic. So, Joseph, take it away.
Thanks, Rich. Appreciate that. I'm going to do a brand new song, which is a terrible idea, but I like writing songs. That's kind of my thing. So here you go. Is it possible to be free? Or are we bound by society and dreams? If free will is possible, I must slow down. Think about all that's around. Where would you go if you could leave these four walls? Who would you be if you could be anyone at all? Here's the door, the lock, the key. Tell me now, who will you be? Are we just an automatic pilot? If this is my plane, I prefer to fly it. Sometimes I like to be alone in the quiet. Go on, thoughts, have your riot. Where would you go if you could leave these four walls? Who would you be if you could be anyone at all? Here's the door, the lock, the key. Tell me now, will you be free? Can we be free? If you could push back against society, would you fight to make others more free? Or would you hold them tighter in your grip? Is freedom in your heart or only on your lips? Where would you go if you could leave these four walls? Who would you be if you could be anyone at all? Here's the door, the lock, the prison key. Tell me now, will you set the innocent free? Set them free. them free.
Wow. Very nice.
Good stuff, Josh. Good stuff.
This is a song about escapism. It's kind of got mixed feelings about escapism. On one hand, well, you'll see. I'll let the song speak for itself. It's called the Mermaid Song. When the waves they hit you, they drag you down in their icy wake, and the salt on your tongue is more than you can take. And you hear her, she's calling you to an icy grave. It's the mermaid song, and she's calling you away. I need the tooth fairy, I need Santa Claus, his reindeer and his sleigh. I need Hollywood, I need a stiff drink to come in, take me away. I need a song, I need a song, the mermaid song. I don't know what's harder, to live in lies or to face the truth. To live in lies might seem easier, but you feel hollow in the end. To face the truth, all our imperfections might hurt like hell, to feel the waves shatter against our bow. It might hurt like hell, but at least we'd know what it's like to be alive. So I don't need the tooth fairy, I don't need Santa Claus, his reindeer, nor his sleigh. I don't need Hollywood, I don't need a stiff drink to come and take me away. But I do need something, I need a song, I need a song.
Yeah.
What a beautiful tune. Very nice.
Song, Joseph.
Very nice. All right, let me pass you over to Stuart so we can learn a little bit more maybe about the songs.
Thank you.
Great. Hi, Joseph.
Hi, Stuart. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Good to meet you. Loved your songs.
Thank you so much.
Heartfelt and well played, and your vocal range is just crazy good. You're just up there in the clouds, and then you come back down. It's very nice.
Thank you.
I like that a lot. Let's see. How long you been doing this songwriting thing? Sounds like you're pretty mature.
I was writing songs even before I played guitar. Like I'd always, like even as a kid, I'd make up songs. And so yeah, I mean, as far back as I can remember, honestly.
Yeah, it kind of shows you're comfortable with it. You said this is a new song. I probably shouldn't play it or something like that. I know that feeling from playing out a lot. I'm glad you did. I'm really glad you did. But I know that feeling. And what is that feeling for you? What, you got a new song, but you're not sure you should play it. What is it?
Well, it's always a risk, right? I mean, like when the old ones are kind of tried and tested, so you know that they work at least to some level. But then again, the new one could be your best song yet. So
Yeah.
I just love songwriting. I realize, like, I like playing. I really like playing. I enjoy playing a whole bunch. But even more than that, I love songwriting. I love that exploration of, like, it's like you're kind of like communing with like your subconscious and like all these things that are emerging, and that you're like, oh, where did that come from? And what was that? And like, you surprise yourself. And so it sort of feels a little bit to me like an exploration of myself and like where I'm at. So to me, that's like super valuable. I mean, like these songs are kind of been lifeboats for me. I mean, I think like I play them not because I know the messages of them so well and have mastered them and live a perfect life, but more because I need these songs. I need these songs to remember, like, oh yeah, I can be thoughtful about things. I could slow down. I can, appreciate what I have. Like all the messages that are in there are for me more than anyone else. And if somebody else gets something out of them, then that's all the better.
But here you are playing them in front of people, and I like that idea. I'm not sure about it, but I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna test it out. I'm gonna see, because that's kind of, open mics are kind of a place for that. For me, I don't know about for you, where you bring
Absolutely.
something new and you try it and you read the audience and you kind of get a feel for it.
Yeah, I think that like I get surprised at what connects and what doesn't. Like sometimes I'll think I've written
Yeah,
the best thing ever,
best song in the world. Yeah.
and then other times I'll think, oh, okay, this song's okay, and then people will really like it. So it's surprise. So that's fun for me too, to see like the different ways that people connect, and like sometimes people will have insights
Yeah.
like about my songs that I didn't have myself.
You didn't
And
even
I
think
think
about
that's
it. Yeah.
fantastic.
Let me get to some specifics, because there's so much
Sure.
in your songs. They're really good. When you said in that first song, the first line is it possible to be free? First line. Uh, do you think
Actually,
first lines are important to set up the song? Because it felt like it to me. Do you think
yeah,
that?
I mean, like I feel like I had a different first line when I started writing it, and I cut it out completely, um, because I real like this as this. I guess I kind of worked back and forth. Like I'll play with the song, and I realized as I was writing it that the song was about freedom, and so then I figured, you know what, start with the big question.
Yeah, yeah. So is it specifically about a prison or someone in prison, four walls prison? Because you talk about
I don't know where the four walls came from. I mean, I think, I feel like I play at a lot of these virtual open mics and stuff, and like there's literally some people who are literally like homebound, and like it's the only place that they can be is like at these virtual open mics,
yeah,
and like, obviously COVID happened, and and I feel like I'm a little bit that way myself. I'm a bit of a homebody, so
yeah.
uh, sometimes I feel like that, but I think I was meaning it more in a metaphorical sense of that,
Okay,
like
okay.
we have these lives that we're living, and like, how much are we determining them ourselves, and how much are we just sort of letting society and whatever else define
Yeah.
us?
Well, I saw some similarities in the two songs. The second song was like escapism, but it turned out to be I need a song. So you were rejecting all the drink and all this other stuff. So it was.
But I need something,
I
right?
wrote down an instruction on life kind of thing. Does that make sense? Kind of. No.
An instruction on life.
Yeah, yeah. How to live a really good life. Yeah.
I think so. I mean, like for me, I mean, everyone's got to find their own thing. I guess, like, my feeling was, I mean, I generally am a person who thinks like I know people who sort of just rearrange their past and like just like kind of don't face up to things and kind of rewrite things and like I don't want to do that. I want to like face things and like if there's something that I need to fix about me, I kind of want to know it and I want to fix it. So like to me, I try to reject escapism in general, but that said, I still play songs, I still write music, I still I mean, we all need something, so
Yeah.
I think,
Well, I think you're both sharing your talents and skills, your voice, your guitar, and perhaps escaping a little, and all that's okay. It's all okay because we thank you for sharing your
thank you so much. I appreciate
Really
you all and
appreciate
can't
it.
wait to hear everybody else.
And Rich, if I am doing okay on the interviews, not going too long, you'll let me know if I go too long. Otherwise, I could talk to these guys all day. Thank you, Joseph.
All right. I need a buzzer or something. No, you're doing fine, Stuart. You're doing great. All right. We are now moving down the East Coast. From Maryland, we're going all the way down to Huntsville, Alabama to hear Maryland Coffee.
On no coast
Maryland attends.
whatsoever, actually.
What's that?
No coast whatsoever.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's right. Sorry. We're heading down south. How's that? Oh, I guess I didn't do too well in geography. Anyway,
Southwest of you, yeah. Or no, wait a minute. Southwest of the previous. Yeah.
okay. Are we good?
Yep.
Excuse me. So, Maryland attends Wednesday night open mics at the Dog Bar. First Thursdays at Old Town Beer Exchange and jazz jam sessions at the Valley Conservatory. All of this is in the Huntsville area. She's also been doing a senior songwriting open mic online, music by Maggie FB, every other Wednesday evening. But tonight, she is going to play a couple tunes for us. So, Marilyn, take it away.
All right. These two I'm going to do, I wrote a couple years ago. And the first one is kind of supposed to be a little bit amusing. I have friends who are poets, and I am a poet. And sometimes you think about the piles of stuff you have that you wrote that you haven't done anything with. So, and then time goes by, and pretty soon it's almost too late. So this is a plea. It's called "The Poet on Her Deathbed," and it's a plea to her friends. Look, I've got my friends around me, must be time to go. No hostages to fortune, no fortune to bestow. And I made greater use of time in the land that time forgot than all those go-getters, men with letters acting what they're not. Meanwhile, take my hand until I go, go, go. It's happening way too slow. I gotta row, row, row across the river Styx. I might be in a fix, can't afford the boatman. Can you float me an oatman? See, here's a lot of stuff it's just okay. But over there is some poetry that'll blow your mind away. And as my dear friends around me at this once in a lifetime time, I'm willing you my files, darlings, full of prose and rhyme. Meanwhile, take my hand until I go, go, go. It's happening way too slow. Gotta row, row, row across the river Styx. I might be in a fix, can't afford the boatman. Can you float me a milkman? Oh, I never thought that I'd get old. It happened suddenly. I admit I'm feeling cold, so get this into the world from me. I'm not asking too much, am I? I know I was quite prolific. If you could have me published, that would be terrific. Oh, 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 I'm a poet. Oh, 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 I know it. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.
I'm very clever. Very nice.
So yeah, I do have a file cabinet full of
I
poetry.
just have that feeling.
Wait, don't talk.
And this one is a little more serious and maybe a little sad. And it's not really about me, and I've never been to Santa Fe, but it's called Anymore. And I think I'm going to put the capo on for that. Okay. Can't go back to Santa Fe. Never should have moved away. Let the rich folk paint and play. I can't go back to Santa Fe. Can't see Aunt Lily anymore. She's not here to open the store. They sold the business, they showed her the door. Can't see Aunt Lily anymore. Oh, how things change and fade. Social scenes upgrade. From lemons on to lemonade, sugar is how the heart gets paid. Where are the woods we used to roam? For kids, a home away from home, a place to hide and be alone. Where are the woods we used to roam? It's a bad idea to remember when nostalgia ruins my careful zen. It hurts like fire, I'll say it again. It's a bad idea to remember when I wanna sweeten this spot. I don't wanna be forgot, but it's out of my control. I'm on a roll, on a roll, on a roll, rolling away, nowhere to stay, rolling away, who's gonna pay, rolling real slow, nowhere to go, rolling away day after day.
Nice fingering there. All right. Marilyn, very nice. Let me pass you over to Stuart. We can find out a little bit more about you.
Hi, Marilyn.
Hello.
So yeah, what are we gonna find out about you? It seems like you spend some time in a minor key. Is that fair to say? Some of your minor chords there?
You're the
No?
second person that's mentioned that to me lately, and I don't do it purposefully because
Yeah.
I don't even know what key I'm in.
Well, that's okay.
Um,
Just an observation.
Yeah, I think a minor chord is, you got to have a minor chord in every song. That's my belief.
Good. Well, the
Whether
first song,
it's in a key or not. Yeah.
that first song was had such interesting changes. I'm glad you showed us your ukulele. I assume that's standard tuning ukulele, is it?
Nope.
No. What are you
It's a
in?
baritone. It's guitar tuning.
Oh, okay. So it is a four-string instrument, right?
Yeah, it's missing the bass strings of a guitar. So
Okay.
everything I learned about guitar I can transfer to this.
Yeah. Well, I'm showing my lack of knowledge about all this. I play one instrument. That's all I play. But yeah, the
Concert or
changes.
tenor is the other tuning. Yeah.
Okay. Your changes are very interesting, and that song. What was the name of the first song? I'm looking.
The poet on her deathbed.
Yeah, yeah. So, tell me about that. Tell me about the poet on her deathbed.
Well,
Where
I
did
mean,
that come
as I
from?
said, I'm a poet. I have friends who are poets. We all have piles of poems
Yeah,
that we never shared.
yeah.
And publication is out of the question because nobody reads poetry anymore. But
Yeah.
so
But
that's what I started out doing when I was a teen was poetry. So
do you go back and look at all of that material from time to time?
I actually do.
Good. Yeah. Do you ever
And
find
like
nuggets?
Joseph was saying, the poems I wrote back then are advice to me now.
Yeah. Isn't that amazing how that is? I find it's true too. I have a whole folder called songs not worth playing but keeping. Just keep. So, let's see, did you study music? It seems like you got some pretty intricate chords going on there. Have you?
Lately
Uh,
I have. I've been. Well, I mean, I took piano when I was a kid, and I took guitar when I was a teen, and then I learned a basic blues scale, and then after that, I didn't learn a darn thing, and then decades went by, and now I'm taking. Well, I spent a lot of time during COVID learning Tin Pan Alley songs,
Oh, yeah.
and then
Like, give me an example of a Tin Pan Alley song.
19
Yeah.
putting on the Ritz.
Okay. Okay.
The early one, 1936. Oh, even Side by Side or Pennies from Heaven,
Yeah.
things like that. And then now I'm taking jazz chord melody lessons from a guy who has to modify everything he teaches me because it's a ukulele.
That's great because it all comes out in your music, as far as I can tell, and from my limited background. And I wrote down musical quality. It has the quality of a good a musical song, a song in a musical.
I was also in an opera chorus for a while.
That informs me too. Yeah, can't go back to Santa Fe. That second song or anymore. I like that first line. Can't go back to Santa Fe. That just kind of sets it all up. Nowhere to go, rolling away. This just great images of that song. What inspired that song again? Maybe I missed it, but
Well, I just before that I had written a song about being a kid and hiding in the woods, and that song didn't work out. But I don't know. And then I was just looking at pictures online of Santa Fe. I had just read a biography of Georgia O'Keeffe, and I thought, and prices there are horrible.
yeah,
And I just thought, what if somebody had been brought up there and left, and then when they came back, they couldn't afford anything, and
couldn't
they
stand to
became
live
homeless.
there. Yeah, couldn't afford to. Yeah,
And they were expecting to stay with their Aunt Lily,
yep.
who is mentioned in the song, but like she wasn't there.
What I love, Marilyn, is that shows that every experience and every opportunity, observation is a potential for songwriting, and you did it.
It's
You did it
it all
wonderfully.
yeah, it all gets in
Yeah,
there somehow. Yeah.
you did it on two songs, and thank you for sharing them. We really appreciate it.
Oh, I also have to agree with Joseph. Songwriting is sometimes much more fun than
Yeah,
performing.
yeah, yeah. We'll talk a little more about that. I'm gonna toss it back to Rich, and we'll hear the rest of the
All right,
folks.
thank you.
Thank you, Marilyn.
Okay, thank you, Marilyn, and thank you, Stuart. We're going to move up north now to Amherst, Mass, and we're going to listen to Rigo Rodriguez. He's got a lot of exciting things going on right now. Rigo plays open mics at Luthier's Co-op, Petersham Jams, and Workshop 13. He is also involved with a band called Black Door 74, and they just released an album last week. You can learn more about that and maybe hear some of that at blackdoor74band.com. And also, Syncopation Literary Journal last week released a short story and an artist feature about his writing and music and visual art. And you can go to syncopationliteraryjournal.wordpress.com and find out a little bit more about that. So, Rigo, what you got for us tonight?
Thanks so much for that intro, Rich. It's so great to be with you all again. It's always something I look forward to. I'm just going to do one song tonight. Rich mentioned at the beginning that I was going to perform with my bandmate Rod King tonight, but Rod's sick and so couldn't join. Hopefully next time. I'm gonna talk a little bit about this song that I'm going to play. It's called "Whisper Becomes a Roar," and this is a really hard-fought song with a story that's really important to me. So I'm going to tell you the story of this song first. So I was drafting the story that Rich mentioned just came out in Syncopation Literary Journal, and that actually came out of a dream that I had where I saw this nautilus shell mapped onto the keys of a piano, and I'd been working on trying to come up with a story about the desire to create something that no one's ever created before, and I landed on music and particularly on a guitar maker. That was the direction that my mind went after this dream. So in the midst of drafting the story, my father died, and that catalyzed a cross-country trip from Amherst, Massachusetts to Texas. I had some stops along the way, and I kind of wanted to make it a memorable experience going to my father's funeral. And along the way, I stopped in Pittsburgh at a music shop that I like and know, where I know the owner, and he said, "Hey, Rigo, you got to play this guitar right here." And I played it and was immediately just blown away by it. It's about 80 years old. It was made the year that my mom was born, which felt kind of auspicious. So I bought it and I played it at my father's viewing and the funeral, and it became kind of special. And when I got back to Texas, I sat down with it for the first time. I'm still grieving, right? And the first song that came out with this guitar was a classical guitar piece. So I kind of drafted it on this and then started messing with my classical guitar, and then something told me, this isn't just a classical guitar composition. Let's see if we can put some lyrics to it. So I tried 6 different times to finish this song with lyrics, and I was never satisfied. So my band was having a retreat, Black Door 74, as Rich mentioned. Rod King and Greg Frostartle and I were getting together, and I brought it to them and I said, hey guys, I think this is really cool, but I just can't finish it. Are you willing to help me out with this? So the 3 of us ended up co-writing it together. Whisper Becomes a Roar, and it became the title of our album, which just came out this last week. And I'm going to do my best to play it. This is a little bit of a difficult song. And next time you hear it, hopefully it'll be with my other bandmates. So here we are, Whisper Becomes a Roar. In my soul a dream that no one's seen, I lie awake and wonder if it can be to find a secret pattern beyond the stars, or are we whispers to the crashing tidal wave, fireflies in jars. Crafting a story that can't be told, and starting the fire that never goes cold. Our choices engrave the script of our soul. Impossible hope, unreachable goal. The answers live among the dead. We ask anyway, risking everything is the price we pay. In contradictions we ride to the shore, until one day the whisper becomes a roar. Crafting the story is engraved, the script of our soul, impossible hope, unreachable goal. In contradictions we ride to the shore, until one day the whisper becomes a roar.
Beautiful.
Wow, beautiful.
Great stuff.
All right. Oops. Are you still on? Yeah. But unmute yourself because I have to pass you on. I have to pass you on to Stuart.
Yeah, I think I'm still unmuted.
Yeah, no, you're good. Okay, you're good. Hey, listen, Stuart, before you ask the really important questions, Rigo, what kind of pick do you have where you can actually put it, in your mouth there and continue to sing, and then take it out? I'm asking for a friend.
Yeah, I started doing that when I was a teenager. It was kind of a necessity of just the way that I play. It's a little bit weird, but pretty much any people do. I just because I do classical guitar and other instruments. I don't know if you can see the fingernails, but I like to oscillate back and forth. And there's just not a good. I've never liked the thumb pick, so it's kind of by necessity that I had to learn to hold it there.
All right, I'm gonna have to try that. See if I can actually sing it out. And listen, thank you very much. Let me patch you on to Stuart for the important stuff.
No, you just stole my best question, Rich.
Oh, sorry.
That's not fair. Hey, Rigo, good to see you, and wonderful to hear that song. I'm sorry about your dad, for starters, and I'm sorry we're not going to get to hear your bandmate. I have a question about that song. You said it started out as a classical song, right? And then how did it change for you to get lyrics in there? Did you have to add a whole section, that strumming section?
Yeah, that's right. The intro that I do. This is just the third time I'm performing this song, by the way.
Yeah.
The intro is kind of the classical piece, and it was like a 6 minute long classical song, and I kind of chopped it to an intro that felt about right. And then you're absolutely spot on. The strumming stuff is kind of what I came up with to make it the kind of song that I thought would stand as a rock song. The picking stuff too. I think I could sing over that, but I like songs to kind of go somewhere, and that the strum is what I thought really made it feel like it was like there was movement to the song, such that lyrics would make some sense.
Good. Yeah. I love the lyrics. Fireflies in jars. Do you think it's what, 80%, 90%? Where are we now? Is it done?
Oh
100%?
yeah. This is a
Okay, you
done
feel
song.
good. Okay,
It's
good.
on. You can hear this on all the streaming services. And I want to say, I we there's actually a video on YouTube of us making this song together
Oh,
during
cool.
our retreat.
Okay.
It's a half-hour long video, and I couldn't have done this without Rod
Yeah.
and Greg. I had, like I said, I had plenty of time to try to finish this myself, and I
Yeah.
couldn't. And yeah, this is totally done at this point. We're very happy with how it came out, and we're
Yeah.
done tinkering too.
Great. Did I hear from the intro that you're a visual artist as well? And
I am, yeah.
what do you do? Yeah, what do you work in? Yeah.
Yeah, the different art media that I do kind of bleed into each other. So the piece that Rich mentioned that just got published, it started as a dream and a sketch in my sketchbook. So I sketched out the Nautilus shell that I mentioned and the keys of the piano, and I was trying to think of what could I do with this, and I ended up deciding, oh, that could be the bracing pattern for a guitar. And those of you who are interested in guitars, we can chat about it afterwards. I had this idea for a Fibonacci or Nautilus guitar bracing pattern. But then I realized that a visual art piece wouldn't. I don't think it would capture the story I was trying to tell. Decided that I wanted to tell. So I did an oil painting And it was fine, but like I said, I didn't feel like it told the story. So then I thought, I think I have to write a story.
Yeah.
And like I said, I started writing the story right before my father died, and I didn't finish it before his funeral. That kind of, everything got put on hold for a while.
Yeah.
But so the story involves this guitar maker, and he's trying to wow Andres Segovia. And for those of you who know guitar music, Andres Segovia was the first world-renowned classical guitar player, and Segovia is a character in the story. And I thought, as I was, right after I got this old guitar that I found on the trip to my father's funeral, I thought I should write a song that would be part of the whole story. And there's no way I could put that into the written story, but that was kind of the idea. And so the different media for me, they're not distinct. In my mind, art it's the effort to capture something of our experience, something of our emotional experiences through some aesthetic form. And sometimes for me, that's an oil painting or a watercolor painting or a sketch.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a short story. Sometimes it's a novel. Sometimes it's a song. So it just, in my mind, I'm always walking around trying to experience the world like my children do, without preconceptions and deeply. And I'm always trying to notice, what are the things that I could try to capture in this short window of time that I get to exist, to help other folks to make sense of their experience too. And
That's so inspiring, so beautiful. Thank you. Just in the 10 seconds we have left, tell us a little bit about your Black Door 74 band. How many? There's just two of you?
Three of us, yeah.
Three?
It's Rod King on bass and Greg Frost Arnold on drums, and then I do vocals and guitar mostly. And the three of us all write songs, and
Great.
we're
When are you
great
playing
friends.
next?
So
Yeah,
first
when are you
and
playing next?
foremost, we just love spending time together, and the music is kind
fun.
of our effort to conjure meaning in
Yeah.
in the short window of time that we get to exist. And it's a real joy to work with those two people.
It's magical to find a group that works, isn't it? It's
Just absolutely magical. Yeah,
it's so
100%.
wonderful. Yeah. Well, I wish you all so much luck with it, and keep writing, man. I'll
Hey,
go out and
thanks.
listen to that. I want to take some time to savor that song too, so I'll do that.
Thanks a
Thank you.
lot.
I'm gonna turn it back to Rich. Thanks a lot, Rigo. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, Rigo, and thank you, Stuart. So we're moving down to Gardnerville, New York, and we're going to listen to Kevin Thomas. Kevin is a regular on Music Maker's virtual open mic. He'll be performing probably tomorrow night on Monday night. And you can also find his music and social media accounts on his website at kevinthomasmusic.me. So Kevin, what you got for us tonight?
Well, hopefully stuff that I remember. Actually, this is kind of new stuff that I've been writing lately, so we'll see how this goes. This one's called Golden Trophies. Golden trophies look like golden calves. It's the war between the ones who have and have not. Tradition makes you want the things they've got. Even if you found they bought their spot, it's too important to be number one. It's ingrained to aim for accolades. There's so much tied to this whole charade that we choose. Heads of industries with views in better shoes, led by corporations who control the news. Commerce kills the art for those who pay their dues. The gatekeepers of the fun. The harvest is so hardy, so don't rest on your laurels. The odor's kinda funny, and it sure ain't smell like, it sure as hell ain't floral. The suits don't really care, they even dressed up for the quarrel. No matter what the card says, we know who really won. Golden trophies are golden calves. There's the sound of war in the camp. Listen up. It is not the sound of victory. It is not the sound of defeat. It's the sound of singing. We can only blame ourselves for the days we are bringing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to do another new one, but I think I'll hold off on that and do one that I know a little better. And this one is called Rows of Stones. Something about that rain that fell tonight leaves me cold. Walking round the grounds tonight, I found lifeless souls wearing the same color green, same arms that I hold. Yet another kindred cold, they won't make it home. Boys, they are in trouble now. These bodies not that cold. Take another look around. Let's clear off this coast. Aren't we all humble now to that higher force? Hoping to protect our lives, save others from this coast. Guess we're gonna take the long way home. Maybe we can make sure our children will know what we've come to know from this farming land. Maybe I should take one last look. Picture me and my baby took long ago, when I was too far away to know or to understand. Part of a bigger plan. Yeah. fight to free these souls from their goals. Leads us to unconscious ground, leads to rows of stones. And we are home now, the devil and his fools. And we are home now, they might lose their cool. Guess they're gonna take the long way home. Maybe we can make sure our children will know what we've come to know from this foreign land. Maybe I should take one last look. Picture me and my baby took long ago, when I was too far away to know or to understand. Part of a bigger plan. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow. Great tune, man. That was great. All right, Kevin.
Right.
Sounded great. Let me pass you over to Stuart for your interview.
All right. Cool.
Wow, Kevin, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Man, where do I start? First of all, I did check out your website with the great videos. How many videos you have posted out there now?
Well, I got most of them on my YouTube. There's over 100 at least.
Yeah.
There's cover songs mixed in there, but I do have a lot of originals, a lot that I haven't even recorded videos for. So, I've still got some catching up to do, I guess.
Pretty prolific songwriter. Then you write a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. I by now I've got over 220, I think, at last check.
Fabulous.
But, just trying to keep busy and trying to learn as much as I can, and keep
I've
building.
got about 35 or 40, so keep writing. You're doing great. And do you wear your New York Rangers shirt every time you record a video?
No, but today was special because they had the outdoor game today, and Rangers came back to win in overtime. So let's go Rangers.
All right. Let me ask you about your voice. You have a really unique, kind of a rough voice. There's lots of people I could name that have that and kind of work toward it. Do you have to work on your voice to get the quality that you want? Because even when you're yelling, you got this gravelly. It's really
Yeah. It's it kind of I think when I started playing maybe about 20 years ago or so, I don't think I had as much grit with
Right.
it. But just over time, I mean, I never really got trained, so I'm probably doing it the wrong way anyways. But I just figure it, however it comes out, and I just depending on what song I'm doing, I can do it a little bit smoother, or I kind of roughen it up a bit, so kind of vary it,
Yeah, I think those two songs are maybe aren't representative of your full library of songs that you do, because they're pretty strong singing in there, and I liked it a lot. But the two songs you did, "Golden Trophies" and "Roads of Stone," would you call those protest songs in some ways?
I don't know. I think well, I'll tell you, "Golden Trophies" was actually really recent because I was watching the Grammys, and just sort of thinking along the lines of the difference between art and commerce and art and
Right.
sort of thinking along those lines, and that's where that came from. Rows of Stones was more something that I wrote years ago, back in '02. I had tried to join the army, and things didn't quite work out in basic training. Long story there, but right after 9/11, and I'm originally from Brooklyn, so when it happened, I really kind of felt like helping out the country, and I guess this was kind of the route that I had to take. But it was more of sort of feeling patriotic, and at the same time kind of feeling like regardless of the side of the aisle that you're on, we're still dealing with human beings that are going out there signing up and doing what they can to help our nation. And we've lost quite a few, and we even have veterans here that aren't being taken care of the way they should. So that was kind of
there's some
my
real
way.
messages in your music.
Yeah.
Is that true for most of your songs? You got something?
I'd say most of them, yeah. I mean, every so often I try to have a little fun one in between. You
it's
can't
good.
be heavy all the time, but definitely, I like music that says something, and even the stuff that I got into, whether it was Dylan or Bill Withers or Jackson Brown or any of those writers, Lightfoot. Those are artists that mean a lot to me, and their music, and Joni, of course. So
That was one of my
like stuff.
questions, because I was wondering who you listened to get your style. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's different. It's different things. I mean, even Paul Rogers, the stuff he did with Free, even before Bad Company, like there was just something about that blues rock sound that I really dug, and still at the same time, listening to singer songwriters, Carole King, as well, just for the sake of writing. But I mean, I've listened to so much stuff, and I just figure, God willing, even if I'm 89 years old and still doing this, that I'll still be learning.
Keep it up, Kevin. Keep it up.
yeah.
Thank you for sharing your music tonight. That's great. And I would ask everybody to go out and look at your videos, because they're worth listening to.
I
Thank you.
appreciate that. Thank
All
you.
right, Rich, back to you.
All right, thank you, Kevin. Great songs. We are moving now to Maryland, Pittsville, Maryland, where we are going to listen to the first performer on Open Mic America with a question mark in her name. And I'm talking about Madam Who. The Madam plays at the open mic at Burned Pizza in Berlin, Maryland, or Berlin. High Point last year was opening for American singer-songwriter Jill Sobule, I hope I pronounced her name right, at the listening booth in Lewis, Delaware. And she also played for her EP release party at the Village Lounge in Berlin, Maryland. So, Madam Who, it's all yours.
Hello, thank you for having me. This first song is called Strange and Beautiful. It's about all of my friends and family and all their strange and weird little quirks that make them so wonderful. Stevie always said that he was a lesbian, trapped within the body of a man. Jennifer used to keep a collection of pencil points. Why no one could understand, but sometimes it's better just to leave it unexplained and to let the mystery remain. Aren't we all strange and beautiful? rehearsed. And Michael takes the labels off the cans he buys. So when he eats, it's always a surprise. Some people worry 'cause they think they don't fit in, but nobody really does. In the end, aren't we all strange and beautiful? Yes, we are. Weird and wonderful, everyone. Strange and beautiful. Strange and beautiful. Strange and beautiful. Don't be afraid of who you are, 'cause we're all just who we are. And who's to say what is normal anyway? 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is where the band would normally come in. 7, he's a hypochondriac, so is Janine, but twice as whack. Senorita, where to stop with her? That whole week is still a blur. Jimmy says midgets freak him out. He's over 6'6" without a doubt. When Jenny's dad was gonna fix up the farm, he only hung a chandelier in the barn. Patty swears she has found a ghost. Johnny bragged he could eat the most. I mean, I don't believe in any gods. I know that probably sounds pretty odd, but everybody wears their own shape. Strange, so don't change. You're beautiful.
Yeah.
Hey, no band required.
We are.
Very good.
Thank you. This song is called "You Were Not Alone," and it is inspired by my niece, who she grew up in a fundamental Baptist household, and like I did, and she, as a teenager, discovered, ooh, I like girls. Well, her parents weren't too happy with that. They tried to do conversion therapy, and obviously that didn't work. And now she's 22 and engaged to be married to a woman. So this is called "You Were Not Alone." If you rock the boat, you might fall out. And if you fall out, you will drown. But that's not true, 'cause you can swim. They're just telling you that to keep you in, 'cause they're afraid to be alone. Wherever you go, whatever you do, somebody else somewhere does it too. Whatever you think or don't think is true, somebody else agrees with you. The secret to a happy life is finding your tribe, whether it's in person or with people online. So keep in mind, as long as you are alive, you are not alone. You are not alone. Don't stand up for your truth. Think of everything you could lose. Well, even if that's true, then over time you'll make it back tenfold, and you'll be fine, and you'll never, ever, ever be alone. 'Cause wherever you go, whatever you do, somebody somebody else somewhere does it too. Whatever you think or don't think is true, somebody else agrees with you. The secret to a happy life is finding your tribe, whether it's in person or with people online. So keep in mind, as long as you are alive, you are not alone. You are not alone. No, 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 you are not alone. You are not alone. No, 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 no. Quiet down, don't be loud. Speak your mind and be cast out. Always do what's orthodox. Don't think outside our little box. And don't you cause us trouble, or you will be unlovable. And always, always, always be alone. But you are not alone. You might be standing on your own, but you are not alone. No, you are not alone. No, wherever you go, wherever you do, whatever you think is up to you. However you live, whoever you love, you shouldn't need masks or kid gloves. The secret to a happy life is finding your tribe, whether it's in person or with people online. So keep in mind, as long as you are alive, you are not alone. You are not alone. No, 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 you are not alone. You are not alone. No, 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 you are not alone. You are not alone. No, 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 you are not alone. You are not alone. No, 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 you are not alone.
Yeah.
All right, Madam Who, question mark. I'm going to pass you over to Stuart now to find out a little bit more about you and your songs.
Yeah, let's dig in. It's Madam Who. This is great. It was so uplifting. Both songs.
Good, good.
You know, I'm a straight cisgender man, and I just got so much out of your music. Good.
It's
accessible. It's accessible for everyone. Yeah, number one, Strange and Beautiful. What was that? Oh gosh, Ain't We All? Yeah, I just feel like both songs, you're gifting a universal message.
Yeah.
I know you maybe have a target. You're talking to an individual, talking to a person, but what can people take out of them? What are you doing? I mean, in your site it says empower others. Tell me more about that.
Well, when I
I know it's a big question. I'm sorry, it's huge.
In my 20s, I had my sights set on rock stardom, and spoiler alert, it didn't work out. So I gave it up, and for 15 years until I hit rock bottom. I was my ex threw me out, and I had to start a new job, and I was emotionally drowning, and then I almost physically drowned trying to save my daughter from the ocean riptide, and I started writing songs again, and I was so down that the first song I wrote was a song called Lifeline, and I played it for my daughter, and I asked her if she liked it, and she said, well, yeah, but like, why do you want to remember that? I'm like, yeah, why? Well, because you have this song, and every time you sing it, you have to relive it, right?
Yeah.
And so I decided then I was going to write songs that were uplifting.
Yeah. Wonderful. It feels like in your songs you're talking to a person. It's interesting that it's almost like we're observers of you encouraging someone. I don't know. That was my take on it. The melodies on both songs are really unique and uplifting. Do you really work hard to get the melodies to be that way?
No, actually, what's hard for me are the lyrics. The lyrics are harder the melody just comes, really.
Yeah. Yeah. When you in your second song, "You Are Not Alone," when you said, "But that's not true," and you leaned in, I just I thought that was so great. And then the song took a different twist of, "That's not true, and here's why." I find that's hard to do in a song, to shift like that. But that's a beautiful, beautiful twist in that song. I love it.
Thank you.
You called yourself also a gender fluid humanist music.
So genre fluid.
Genre, yeah, and that's wonderful.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard that before, but
Yeah, I produce my own songs and I write them, and so when you don't have a band,
yeah,
you're not constrained by instruments. I have Logic and MIDI, and it's like limitless.
yeah,
And so I like different genres, and I kind of stay within pop rock most of the time, but
yeah,
there's so many micro genres now. It's unbelievable.
yeah.
So
Are you playing out now? Are you don't have a band, but you're
no, I don't
Yeah.
play out. I have an EP out that's released by a London little music label, but
one thought I had is I want to go to that show. This will be fun. This will be really a fun time.
okay. Well, tell me when you're coming, and I'll book a show.
All right. I'm not gonna be down there in a while. I'm up here in Vancouver, Washington. You're in Maryland, right? No, yeah. I grew up there. Wonderful,
you did?
wonderful area. Yeah.
Where?
A place called Forest Glen in outside of Silver Spring. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm near Ocean City, Maryland.
Well, I just loved both of your songs. We're kind of running out of time. "You Are Not Alone" and "Strange and Beautiful" are both just gifts.
Thank you.
That's what they are. They're gifts. And I hope those who need to hear them, want to hear them, will hear them. And I'll encourage people to go. I'm actually teaching a class on human sexuality. And if you're okay with it, I might share your music.
Sure.
Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. Thank you. Rich, thanks a lot. I'm sending you back to Rich.
All right, thanks, Stuart, and thank you, Madam Who ? A couple of great songs there. So where are we going now? We are going out west. We're going out to California, and Berkeley, no less, Berkeley, California,
Right.
close to my old stomping grounds in the East
All
Bay,
right.
and
nice.
so we're going to hear Hallie Hammer and Randy Burge from Berkeley, California. And they perform at open mics, Berkeley Freight and Salvage, Mondays or Tuesdays, twice a month. And something called BFUU. Open
Berkeley
mic.
Federation of Unitarian Universalists.
Oh,
That's a mouthful.
how did I not know that? On third Fridays. So
Yeah, it looks like the freight's down to once a month now, but you never know.
all right, hey. So Hallie and Randy, take it away.
And we may be from Berkeley, but we are both ex-New Yorkers and
Yes.
proud of it.
God, is there anyone? Well, nowadays there are a lot of people born in California, but yeah. Back in the day, was there anybody
Right.
born in California? Take it away.
And we're each going to do an original of our own. I'm going to start with a song called "Smile with a Rose." Okay. Take a shower with a rainbow, trade a smile with a rose, grow a tree from a seedling, that's the way it goes. Raise a gaggle of bird friends, take a walk with the moon. When the blues come a-knocking, they'll make the getaway soon. You ask, how can we make it through this world year after year, where storms and wars and lies all vie to make life disappear? Takes good friends and lots of love to try and persevere. Keep in mind how little things can bring a bit of cheer. Take a shower with a rainbow, trade a smile with a rose. Grow a tree from a seedling, that's the way it goes. Raise a gaggle of bird friends, take a walk with the moon. When the blues come a-knocking, they'll make the getaway soon. Just keep life real and simple, don't take more than you need. Tough enough to weather heartless people's hate and greed. Keep counting on the darkness to wither in the light, as people join together to set the world right. Take a shower with a rainbow, trade a smile with a rose. Grow a tree from a seedling, that's the way it goes. Raise a gaggle of bird friends, take a walk with the moon. When the blues come a-knocking, they'll make the getaway soon. This world so full of trouble, this we know too well. So try and seek out places where kindness still can dwell. Until we're all one family, keep on working toward that goal. And all our rights join and unite, dark won't take its toll. Take a shower with a rainbow, trade a smile with a rose. Grow a tree from a seedling, that's the way it goes. Raise a gaggle of bird friends, take a walk with the moon. When the blues come a-knocking, they'll make the getaway soon. When the blues come a-knocking, they'll make the getaway soon.
Wonderful.
I love the harmony.
Okay, and this next song, today is actually my father's birthday, but he would be 104 now, so he's no longer with us. But luckily, he heard this song while he was alive. It's a song I wrote called My Dad, and he was a good guy. One, two. Okay?
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. My dad was the best gift any little girl would want to have. He would tell me funny jokes and he would talk to me and really listen carefully to what I said. My dad, Sunday mornings at the corner store, just him and me. He'd buy his paper and a comic, order 2 egg creams, and we'd sit and read on red revolving stools. My dad bought an encyclopedia for me when I was 1. Took me to Horn and Hardart where I'd mix cream corn and mashed potatoes to a pulp. It was my favorite food. My dad, he'd take me to the circus and the movie shows, and even when I was 19 years old, we still would go. once a week and watch whatever on the screen. My dad took me driving with my permit and didn't complain if I went fast as long as I stayed back enough car lanes. 'Cause that was more important than a little speed. My dad couldn't deal when I first went with guys who had long hair, puzzled by the changing world and all the meanness there, and the changes he was seeing now in me. Closer in my heart, though I often wish that he and Mom lived down the block. My dad, we value and respect each other, it's so nice. We have atoned for the infractions that are part of life. It's good to love each other and to know the slate is clean. The baggage has been checked for years, so now we're back to being me and my pal, who's also known as Dad. My dad, my dad, my dad, my dad.
Whoa! What a great song!
Thank you.
Song. Oh,
That's great lyrics right there.
oh, wonderful lyrics. All right. Okay,
They're all
you two.
true. So.
Yeah. You two. I'm going to pass you over to Stuart. Stuart, find out more on what's going on here.
Yeah, Hallie, Randy, that was really great. I wrote you're talking about lyrics. Baggage has been checked. Oh my gosh. What an honest. That last
There
one,
was
what an
a lot.
honest song. It's just you're telling a story in such an honest manner,
Yeah.
forthright, with a lot of words like encyclopedia and cream corn. How do you do that? Is it stream of mind, or you just?
Well, it's like sometimes I feel like I'm reporting, and it was all real stuff that happened. I didn't really have to think about it too much because I did a lot of stuff with my dad, and then it got to a certain point where hippie days where he didn't understand what the heck I was doing. And I think that was true with a lot of parents in our generation. They just were, confounded by what we were becoming.
For sure. For sure.
But he always liked my music.
Yeah, good. And you've been playing in front of them, or they've known you're musical for how long?
Oh yeah, they used to, when they were alive, they'd come out to visit, and I'd just bring them around to my life, which included gigs and
jams,
and they loved it. They loved hearing music.
So, clarify for me. Maybe I missed it. Your relationship. You're married. You're friends.
We're domestic partners,
Yeah.
literally,
Okay.
but
Okay.
We're almost 25 years now, so
Okay.
we've known each other since the mid '80s.
yeah.
That counts. And you've been playing music for that long, then.
I'm on an LP of hers from 1988.
Oh my God.
Yeah, before we were ever together, just friends.
Yeah.
Well, Randy,
But we've
give you-
done 3 CDs together over the last few decades.
Good. You've got great chemistry together.
Thanks.
Performance must be really fun when you're doing
Yeah,
the
it
whole
is fun.
Yeah, we're going to try and really make a concerted effort to get back out there again now that things have settled down.
Yeah. So your guitar playing is really good, Randy. That's the style you picked up
It's
what,
actually
40 years ago?
tonight just was sort of just I guess the two songs we did is sort of a country night as it sounded like,
Yeah.
though
I wrote down a country, like
Yeah, we do a lot of different styles.
which is and my song is sort of it's kind of country-ish, which is sort of an outlier really. I mean, I grew up playing rock and roll but on the other hand, I was really into Duane Allman and Jerry Garcia, but I was also have tons of records by Django Reinhardt and Larry Coryell and Kenny Burrell, people like that. So
when people ask what kind of music do I like, I say good.
Yeah, just across the spectrum.
Yeah.
That's great. Take a shower with a rainbow. That's your song, Randy?
That's Randy's.
yeah, that was we were at a San Francisco Folk Music Club camp. We have campouts on the holiday weekends in the summer, which we've now taken over. We run them. But at the scout camp in Santa Cruz, it had open top showers. You'd go out and put the shower on your head and you'd look up and you'd see this little rainbow. And one afternoon, I just sort of took that image and ran with it. And the rest of it pretty much almost wrote itself in a way. And I've grown, I grow trees in the garden. I've raised 27 cockatiels. So again, I'm a night owl. I love walking on a full moon. So a lot of it does draw from my own experience. I didn't really have to make anything up.
Great. It felt a little bit like your target audience might be young kids. I don't know.
Could be. I mean, maybe the playfulness of the chorus kind of but I try to not let that aspect of life disappear from my existence. So
yeah, good for you. We all need more showers in our life with rainbows. So what was I going to say? You've been playing together a long time. Do you go on the road? Do you tour at all?
Not much. What I've been doing lately is I write a song and then I put it on. We have a home studio, so I put it on the studio thing, and I say, "Hey, Randy, put a lead on," and he puts something on, and then I put it up on YouTube. I've got a lot of videos up on YouTube.
Good.
we have a lot of ongoing jams with the San Francisco Folk Music Club too, and occasionally, we do gigs with people. She has a couple other groups that she's worked with over the years.
Yeah, I know we were talking with some of the others about how kind of hard it is to just make music all by yourself in your room with your recording equipment.
Yeah, luckily we had each other through the pandemic.
That's really important for you two to be that helps, doesn't it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's
true.
Wonderful. You've gelled.
Couldn't do it without her.
Yeah, gelled, and we are the beneficiaries of that. Thank you so much, and I'll turn you back over to.
Thank you. Thanks so much for
Thanks
Open
much
Mic America.
You bet. Thank you for Open Mic America.
All right. Great couple of tunes. Okay, so we're going to stay in the Bay Area, but we're actually going to go over a bridge to an island in the San Francisco Bay Area. Yes, that's right. We are going to Alameda, California, and we're going to listen to a repeat performer here on Open Mic America, Steve Andersen. And Steve performs at the West Coast Songwriters Open Mics at Gilman Brewing in Berkeley and Yet Wah in San Rafael, plus the Front Porch in beautiful Lafayette, California. So, Steve, you're on.
Oh goodness, I'm already unmuted. This is so exciting. Last time I had to push a couple buttons to make that happen. So when I sit down to write a song, sometimes I have a plan, and sometimes I'm just sitting down because I think it's time to write a song. And this is going to be one of those where I just sat down thinking I should write a song. I had no idea where I was going to go, so it's sort of stream of consciousness, which if you get really analytical about it will tell you a lot about who I am. But I'm not going to go there. I'm just going to sing the damn thing, and hope you enjoy it. Well, I was walking down the road, guess that's what it was. Might have been a street or an avenue. Didn't make no difference, I didn't know where I was going, or what it was I wanted to do. I was desperate to find a sense of what is real. Never could abide not knowing what to feel. Being confused and out of touch, I was trying to conceal, till I found the proper way to deal. I was always looking out for goings on without much regard for who or what they might include. Curiosity inside me had a tendency to guide me to places where attendance meant I must intrude. I'm the one who had to see whatever there might be and check it out unobtrusively. That persistent inclination was for quiet observation of things that I was not supposed to see. Then it's getting all excited, though I hadn't been invited to this happening I accidentally found. I got there kinda late, so didn't have to wait to check out all the fun stuff going down. Then I danced and sang a song, pretending I belonged, though I didn't have a clue where I might be. I do a masquerade as someone who'd be welcome anywhere, and smile at them so convincingly. But the truth of the matter, I'm just a lost soul, acting out of character like I was in control, depending on bravado so folks would think I'm whole, afraid to really be myself, so that's how I roll. Yeah, I'm afraid to really be myself, so that's how I roll.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Good picking, Steve. Good picking.
World's gentlest identity crisis.
Adjust my magic teleprompter here, which most people would call a tablet, but it has all sorts of things on it that I'll never figure out. I just use it as a teleprompter, so that's what I call it. Now, this is different in the still not very good at running this thing. This is different in that I actually had a plan when I wrote this song. I grew up in Wisconsin, and as you might imagine, it snows a lot there. And there's different kinds of snow. There's the kind of snow when it's really cold out, there's just little hard crystals and they fall down and they kind of hurt and they're no fun. But when it's just barely freezing, all those little things stick together and they form these things. It's like the leaves off of trees floating down and swirling and doing all this. So it's quite beautiful. And I have fond memories of that. So I wrote this about that. Leafy snowflakes gently falling, dancing as they go. The frozen ground that looks so tired has taken on a glow. A softly curving blanket covers everything inside. What in summer was so colorful has gone to black and white. Well, it's a look that's quite austere, yet a pleasing thing to see, as it hides the jagged features that comprise reality. We stand in awe and wonder, though we've seen it all before. Beautiful and ominous, it's a scene you can't ignore. But these quiet winter snowfalls, they don't happen every day. The beauty that we revel in is bound to go away. Seasons are predictable, but the weather is more perverse. The peaceful time it gives to us can quickly get much worse. So it's a time for restoration, for plants and for people too. A time to ponder all that is and what you're gonna do. When life is so frenetic, perspective fades away. But when peace and splendor dominate, you have to seize the day. When the stresses of life's struggles are becoming all too real, put your cares in hibernation so your injuries can heal. Rise up against the sadness that ice and snow can bring. Build a fire in the fireplace and allow your soul to sing. You know, a cozy little fire can be a transcendental thing.
Yeah.
Very nice song.
Well played, sir. Well written.
All right. Steve, great hearing you again. Let me pass you on over to Stuart.
It is great hearing you again, Steve. I think I've heard you 3 or 4, maybe. You've been on this show. There, I think you're still muted, or were, yeah. Yeah. How many times you been on the Open Mic America now?
I'm not sure exactly, over a dozen.
Yeah, yeah. I get a
This is Steve's 18th appearance.
18th appearance.
I got it. Yep, more than a dozen.
Yeah, thanks for bringing the stories. We've heard a lot of stories in song tonight, and I love that. I love that when that happens. Is that something you strive to do? Is to tell a complete picture from start to end in a song, kind of painting pictures?
I do it when I can.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's very hard. I've got a number of songs that I've started and haven't been able to do that particular thing, and yeah, there's a whole collection of those.
You talked about having a plan and not having a plan. After doing both, what do you think? Which one's a better way to go at a song idea? Just sit down and start writing or playing or what?
The ones with the plans usually work out better. You know, the people that hear them can relate to them more easily. The ones that don't have a plan, in my view, are perhaps a little more interesting. And I look for things like that from other songwriters, but they don't seem to be as popular.
Yeah, yeah, interesting. there's, what was I going to say? Your songs are well crafted. Everyone I've heard has verses, chorus, verses, chorus, and in a nice package. Is that something you strive to do as well? Just keep it.
That's something that the West Coast songwriters, when I first started writing about 5 years ago, they did some very good training. They're not doing that anymore, I'm sorry to say. But they had they called them competitions, but they were really training sessions where different aspiring songwriters would do their stuff, and they'd get a lot of feedback from judges and from other performers, and it was useful. It was good training, and without that, I wouldn't have the craftsmanship that I'm starting to develop now.
Yeah, I think it's wonderful. I try and break out of it. I write like that too, and everything fits into the box. And then sometimes I'll try to write outside of it and do something crazy, like some of the songs we've heard tonight that are wonderfully interesting. Do you ever try and shake yourself up and write something different? I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out.
I do a lot of that, and I have a can full of examples. But no, sometimes I write things that I think are a little bit crazy, and they turn out to be a hit. So there's no
good. You can't tell, can you? Yeah. No. So you're playing out quite a bit, or?
Well, that's the samples that were listed. That's only 3 times a month that I actually get out there. There's an online group actually connected to the founder and Dave Williams and Daphne Ramel. They have an online group that I got invited to that I'm grateful for, because it's a wonderful group of people, and I really enjoy playing with them when I can. My problem is time constraints. The music is one of many avocations of mine, and the other problem is that these things always come up at dinner times.
Yeah, I know.
Eat late, so.
How do you manage that when something comes up and you're in the middle of dinner or lying in bed? Because I have the same issues.
Well, there's I negotiate with my wife.
Okay. Yeah. Boy, do I know that. Excuse me, honey. I've got to go write something down. Yeah. Do you use a phone to record lyrics? I've tried that before, and I forget to go back and look at them.
I had another performer recommend that to me. He got out his little cell phone. He said, whenever I got an idea, I just, there's a thing on here you push and you can record it. And I thought, that's a wonderful idea. And that was a few months ago, and I haven't tried it yet.
I know.
I do everything on a desktop computer.
All right. Well, your music is wonderful, and I hope I hear you 18 more times.
Oh, well.
All right.
Too. Thank you so much for your kind words.
I'll pass you back to Rich. I'll pass everybody back.
Thanks again. It's always a pleasure.
All right. Thanks, Steve. Great hearing you again. And yeah, we look forward to the next 18. All right. We're at our last performer for the night, Stephen Paul Medeiros. We're staying in California. A lot of talented people in California. He's from Madera, California, and he enjoys playing a variety of open mics in the Fresno area and wineries on the Central Coast. So, Stephen, you're up.
Thank you, Rich. Appreciate it. Yeah, everybody's been great tonight. Heard some incredibly great songs, so I enjoyed it very much. And I'm going to share a couple love songs with you tonight, relatively new songs that I've just written recently. I hope you enjoy them. All right. Never thought I could feel this way again. You came into into my life, you let me in. Our love grows stronger every day. The time has come for me to stay. I want to bring you coffee in bed, hear all that is streaming through your head, stroke your hair and tell you that I care, and start our day with love in the air. Ada, won't you stay here by my side? Open your heart and I'll show you mine. Let me love you until the morning light. Ada, won't you stay tonight? Sundays all day in bed, I tell you stories about what my grandma said. And trust me in all that I say. I promise to love you every day. When the sun sets and we finish our day, close your eyes, I'll take your fears away, and hold you in my arms and keep you safe, and live inside your heart until you wake. Ada, won't you stay here by my side? Open your heart and I'll show you mine. Let me love you until the morning light. Ada, won't you stay tonight? Ada, won't you stay here by my side? Open your heart and I'll show you mine. Let me love you until the end of time. Ada, won't you stay tonight? Ada, won't you stay tonight?
Wow, very nice.
Another beautiful, sweet song, yeah.
So this one is really fresh. You guys are actually the first group to hear it in any type of venue, and this is called Lift You Up. When I catch you falling, I will weave a net that will hold you up again. And when you whisper in my ear, sharing all your fears, I will wipe away your tears. And when I feel your heartbeat next to mine, and feel the passion burns inside, and we will travel through this life. And I am yours, and you are mine. Let's walk together through the fields of time, and all the struggles that we may face. Our love will embrace, and I'll lift you up. And when life's forces on our side, we'll stand together never divide. We'll share our every thought, our every dream, and all the visions that we see, and we'll move forward in time. For it is the journey that we seek, the understanding when we speak, and we will always be one. 'Cause I am yours and you are mine. Let's walk together through the fields of time and all the struggles that we may face. Our love will embrace, and I'll lift you up. I'll lift you up.
Yeah.
Wow, beautiful song. Very nice. All right, Stephen, let me pass you on to Stuart. We can learn a little bit more about you and your music.
Stephen, thank you. What a wonderful way to end the night. It's almost like a gift to us to lay down and have those songs in our hearts and our minds. They're definitely love songs. There's no doubt about that. I wanted to ask you, I love that first one where the word or the name comes in, Ada. You know, that's a neat twist in the song, and then it comes back and lands on that. That I find interesting. Who is Ada? Can I ask that question?
Ada is the love of my life. Yes, and
Still.
actually, that is her given first name, but she doesn't go by that.
Okay.
And so I call her Ada. I thought it was kind of funny that I could write that song and use her given name that she hasn't used throughout her life, but it
Neat.
worked well for the song.
Yeah. So you are married?
I'm not married.
You're
I'm
not married, but you've been together a long time.
We've only been together, I guess it's been about 2.5 years.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot of power in that song. So
Thank
your
you.
relationship must be pretty strong. That's pretty cool. So
Mm-hmm.
I guess what I'm always interested in are the songs that are written pulling from real life experience, or is it imagination? I know the Ada song clearly is. How about the second one, when I catch you falling, that line?
You know, Lift You Up is more of a concept song. I usually write about my life experiences, which I think most of us do, and you know, we ad lib and create metaphors and all that for what we've gone through and the emotions that we feel. But this was a little bit more of a concept song, which is not typical for me. So
Yeah.
I wanted to do that intentionally.
Yeah, good. Do you push yourself that way and try and go outside the envelope sometimes?
I do. I
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
Yeah, I do too, and I think we mentioned earlier that sometimes you fail miserably, and that's okay too, because you learn something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I've started to move into more writing about what I observe in other people's life experiences,
Yeah.
and what they've gone through and how that's affected their lives, and so I've looked a little bit deeper into that for my songwriting as of late.
Yeah. Let me, there's images that come to mind when you're talking about love and will you stay here tonight and all that. Do you see pictures in your head when you're writing a song?
Yes. Yes.
I do.
Yeah.
I do too. And I've talked to others who say, not necessarily. I don't look at it from the character's point of view.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I definitely can visualize, and I try to deliver that in the lyric and in the
Yeah.
performance too. Yes.
Well, we heard about love, and I did look you up and heard some of your other songs. They're wonderful. Love, hope, and faith. So you kind of balance your songs between love, hope, and faith in a way.
Pretty much. Yes.
Yeah. What are some titles you did? on hope, just real quick. I don't want to put you on the spot, but just. But these are universal themes, obviously.
Yeah,
wonderful.
Forever Grateful, is a hopeful kind of song. And probably more about love and faith, but what I do is I kind of weave all three of those into songs.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I do. So like I've said this here before, most of my songs have a subtle God message or a higher power message in them. Yeah. I write a lot about love and inspiration, but just hope in a better life and hope to be able to get through troubled times.
Yeah.
Is something pretty central to a lot of what I write.
Wonderful. And powerful love songs that Ada should be so pleased to hear, as we all are.
Yeah, I think she likes it. I have a whole trilogy of them, so actually it was 4 now, but
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for closing the night out. That was wonderful. I'm going to turn it back to Rich, and I hope to see you again, Stephen.
All right. It's hard to believe, but we're at the end of another fantastic show. Great performances tonight. And I'd like to thank tonight's performers. So please wave when I call your name. Mike Simpson, Joseph Isaacs, Marilyn Coffey, Rigo Rodriguez, Kevin Thomas, Madam Who, Hallie Hammer, Randy Burge, Steve Andersen, and Stephen Paul Medeiros. So remember to check our website, openmicamerica.com, for links to all the music of our OMA performers. And you can find archives of all of our shows on our website as well. Thanks to Laura Bordowitz, our engineer, Stuart Campbell, doing a great job on interviewing. Great, exceptional work on tonight's show. Also, thanks to Capo Dave Williams, our founder, who's always hard at work behind the scenes. And I want to thank our audience on YouTube for viewing our show, either tonight live or also anytime you'd like after this show has been posted on there. If you like the show, please spread the word. Don't keep it a secret. Tell all your friends and neighbors and musicians. You can even download and print your own Open Mic America posters from our website and hang them somewhere where folks can see them. And this is huge now. You can also get your very own Open Mic America t-shirt. Yes, that's right. We have people writing in all the time saying, where can I get that cool Open Mic America t-shirt? And so you can get that through our openmicamerica.com website. So please check out your local and virtual open mics. We've listed the ones where our performers play under the local open mics tab on our website. And remember, we're here, always here. The first, it says 3. I thought it was 2, but check us out on Sunday of every month. And our next show is going to be Sunday, March 3rd. Same time, same station. So stay tuned for the next full lineup of performers. So I'm going to ask everyone here to mute. Please mute yourself if you're not muted already. And I am going to say good night, America, and we'll see you next time.
If you meet me at the corner of Russell and Albina, just about a block from Mississippi Avenue, I'll take you to a house where they hang carpets on the wall. And if we go there on a Sunday, there's a song I'll take you through.